Hello, new teachers. This is Josh Burek. I'm the Instructional Technology Director, and this video is just to give you an overview of Wheaton Academy technology, where you get help from, what are the different resources we use here at Wheaton Academy, and like the description says, how does all this stuff start to fit together. So just want to kind of give you a big picture here so that way you don't get super lost as you are using all the stuff here at Wheaton Academy. I'm not going to go into tons of detail of what the specific components are in terms of how to use them and that sort of thing, but hopefully I'll give you a familiarity with what you have at your fingertips to use for your classes this year. So first thing, this is you. You're going to have a number of different questions like, where do I get blank? Maybe you don't have your laptop yet and you don't know where to get it. You can come to me and I'll tell you where to go get that laptop or power cord or a bulb for your projector or what have you. So, or you might have the question, how do I do blank? And that is, again, you would come to me and I will help you learn whatever it is you want to learn technology-wise. So for example, maybe you want to learn how to do a podcast or a screencast like I'm doing right now. You would come to me and I would teach you how to use that particular piece of software for your classroom. Or maybe you are just plain freaking out, things are crashing and burning, your classroom's on fire. Please come to me and I will help you through that after calling 911. But seriously, if you're freaking out about technology and not sure what to do, you can always come find me in my office, which is in the library, or you can go ahead and call me on my cell phone, which is 630-200-3193, and or you can email me at jburek@wheatonacademy.org. So again, my role is really to help you to use technology. And if you run into an issue, I can help problem solve that for you, or at least point you in the direction to get something fixed. Now, this kind of leads me to the next question that a lot of times, well, hopefully not a lot, but sometimes teachers have, and that is, it won't work. What's going on? How do I get this fixed? And this is where I'll probably steer you to some other resources. I used to fix technology around here, or try to. It made me very grumpy and sad. I was not very good at it. However, I really like to use technology, so I can teach you how to use it. But if something's broken, like your computer won't start, or it's not connecting to the network, I might help you troubleshoot initially, but then I'm going to start to steer you towards people like Bob Vishnoff, who is our Information Systems Director, and his email is right there, bob.vishnoff@wheatonacademy.org, and actually you can just do bob@wheatonacademy.org because he's money. One of the most patient men I have met in my life. God sent him here so that I was no longer in his position. He is the complete opposite of grumpy and sad. So he is somebody who you can go to if something's broken. Like I had mentioned, a bulb for your projector. You don't have to change the bulb. Bob will do that for you. So that things can get running. So his office is located on the second floor between what we call the Learn Lab and Lab 2 or Room 203. So that's where you can find Bob. Also, he has an assistant named Chris Felinsky, and his email there is cfelinsky@wheatonacademy.org, and he is also somebody that can help fix things if they break. So essentially, I'm the guy that you come to learn how to use technology, and then those other two guys are there for you when something breaks and has to be fixed. So, but anyway, I am the point person. Again, you can always come to me first, and I will help you the best that I can. And if I need to get some people who are smarter than me, I'll call on Bob and Chris and direct you that way. So, but yeah, feel free to email me. Feel free to text me on my cell phone. Absolutely cool for you to do that. So those are some of the people here to help support you in the classroom in terms of technology. Here are some of the basic components of technology that you're going to use. The first big thing is Academy Central. This is a huge, which is why I put it in big font here, a huge part of technology at Wheaton Academy. It is the central hub of our online learning, if you will. Students go here a ton to access essential information ranging from grades to your classroom materials. And essentially what this looks like is this. This is after I've logged in, and it is here we can access everything from announcements to courses and so on. So if I would drill down to my U.S. military history class, and then I go into the class itself, you can see here I have all sorts of different resources for students, everything from assignments to quizzes, etc. And don't freak out if this looks like it's overwhelming. It can be, but I'm going to help guide you through on how to set this up quickly and effectively for you so that you have this for students. The second thing that we use here a lot at Wheaton Academy is our Google account. So you have a Google account. It is your first initial, last name at wascholar.org. So these two things can integrate together, Academy Central and your Google account, but they are in fact separate things. So if I go to Google here and I click sign in, I will go ahead and click my WaScholar account and I will sign into Google, and I have all sorts of options here to use in terms of Google tools. So I can go ahead and use Google Drive, which is online storage, if you would want to use that. I use the Gmail app a lot on here. So there's all sorts of different things that you can access on Google. So that's something there for you. Honestly, this is something you don't necessarily have to use, but we encourage teachers to get familiar with it, just because every student has a Google account, what we call a WaScholar account, and that allows teachers to share things pretty nicely with students and use the collaborative Google environment. But again, let me emphasize something. This is going to be your main focus. Academy Central is going to be your main focus from the get-go, in terms of the different technology that you'll be using. But the Google account is also something that is available to you. The next thing that we have here is we actually have our own personal email account. That looks like this right here. It says mail.wheatonacademy.org. And essentially, all of your email is going to come into this email server here. So you might be a little bit confused. I told you that I use the Gmail account, which is, I just like to use Gmail. And so what I have this connected to the World Client Webmail, Webmail. So basically all email I get here is forwarded over to my Gmail here. So now again, I could delete this. You don't have to worry about that if you don't want. If you just want to have your email here, that is completely fine. And you simply log in with your first name, last name, same password as you would use to log into other things as well. In terms of Academy Central, you would log in, first initial, last name, and then the same password of your choosing that you would set up with Bob or Chris. So this is where you would find your email, okay, and this is the address here. You would just type in mail.wheatonacademy.org, and then you can roll from there. I'll have a video on how to use that as well. Finally, not finally, sorry, we also have a school network, which allows you to store files on our school network. You have a personal drive where you can store files. There is also a shared drive on our school network that you can find files that we're sharing within the school network here. On a Mac, it looks like this. If you open up Finder and I come down here to share and I click all, you'll notice here that there's a little Warrior server. So on the Mac, it's not as clean. You have to drill down a little bit. And then you can see here shared staff data is where you can go ahead and find all the shared files that we have here online. For Mac users, in terms of your personal documents, you typically have them just stored in here in documents, and then we have it back up to our network. For Mac user, or excuse me, for PC users, you would simply go to My Computer. The F drive is the shared drive that would have all these files and folders there, and then your My Documents folder is where you would store everything, and that also automatically backs up to our school network. So again, there are other places where you can store files. Again, with Google, you have what's called a Google Drive. Okay, and this is all files that are stored up on the cloud, on the internet. I like to use this a fair amount just because I'm using the Google apps for education a lot, but you can also use the other method of storing files using our school network in your laptops that you are given. So again, if you're interested in exploring that, you can let me know. And then finally, the last component is we call it file web or faculty access for the web, and this is where you would take attendance. So something that I'll explain a little bit later, but you can initially find class rosters here, but we use this mainly to take attendance and to put in behavior grades. You will use this on a daily basis, like I said, to take attendance, and then you use it twice a semester for putting in what's called behavior grades, and then ultimately you put final grades in here, although Academy Central is where most of your grades are going to be. So that is a general overview of Wheaton Academy technology. Again, I've just thrown a lot of information at you. I would just make sure that you remember who we are the best that you can. Again, it's Josh, Bob, and Chris. And then Academy Central is going to be your main focus here moving forward. And then I'm sure you'll want to access your email. But so these would be the two big things to focus in on, and then we can integrate that other stuff later if you would like. So again, if you have any questions, shoot me a text or send me an email. Thank you.